What up, world? Nicholas Coriano. I'm back. Today, I want to tell you guys some of the things that you should be thinking about before you start a business. These are things that I truly believe you need to know before you start a business. So, you know who I am. Went to business school, went to law school, graduated both. Worked on Wall Street for a while, helping out public companies write business plans and pitch decks and raising capital. Then went to the private sector side, basically doing the same thing for private companies. And I have my own portfolio of companies as well as a real estate portfolio. And I'm just an overall entrepreneur, hoping that I can help you guys make more money. So one day you guys can help me out, right? Subscribe, like if you like the video, but we're going to get into it. Things you need to know before you start a business. This is before you start a business, all right, guys? So I want to make this distinction off the back because some of these things I tell all prospective clients. If you call me for a business plan, more than likely you've heard these things before, okay? So before, I want to be real clear here. Let me make sure I got the good side of the marker. Before you start a business, you want to know these things. They will save you time. They will save you money. They will save you a lot of headache. And they're things that they don't teach in business school. They don't teach in law school. It's really, you had to go through the school of hard knocks. So number one, a business is not a business unless it makes money. A business is not a business. Why am I telling you this? If you go online today and you search how to start a business, you're going to run into a plethora of things that tell you what to do. Write a business plan. By the way, that's what I do for a living. Check out thebusinessplanningguru.com. They're going to say build a website for your business. I do that also. New York website designcenter.com. You guys are going to start learning why I provide the services I provide, I guess. But they're going to tell you get a logo, get an LLC. Look, the first thing you have to do in business is get a customer. Get a customer, okay, that pays you. And it doesn't have to be your mama. It shouldn't be your mama. It shouldn't be your papa. It should be your grandpappy, your grandmammy. And then you want to repeat this. Check out this video. Make sure you guys can read that. Okay, you guys can read that. Get a customer. A business is not a business unless it makes money. Look, I went to law school, right? If I put my legal hat on and you ask me what a business is, I said, well, you got to file with the Secretary of State, your articles of an organization for articles of organization for an LLC or articles of incorporation for a corporation. I can give you all that legal jargon, okay? I can tell you that you're going to need a good logo and you're going to need good branding and a good website, right? But none of that matters because if 5 years down the road you got an LLC and a logo and a business card and a fancy office and a desk and you don't have a customer, you're not a real business. I'm sorry. It's just a hard facts, okay? So keep that in mind. It took me a long time to figure that out. I wanted to be a CEO so bad that I got drowned in and by the way, the internet's a lot to blame to this, and a lot of consultants are to blame for this because they want to sell you their consulting services, right? Or their business formations or whatever service that they're offering, right? So if you Google how to start a business, you find all these people that wrote articles, and at the end it's like, yeah, let me help you, right? Send me money and let me help you. But this is your number one focus, okay? Before anything else, even before you get an LLC, go get a customer. Go try to sell your product or service. If it's something that you're inventing, go try to sell the prototype, okay? Get a customer and then repeat that. This is the top six things, okay, that you need to know before you start a business. A business is not a real business until you have a customer. That's number one, okay, guys? Number two, the best businesses solve a problem and create value, okay? Solve problem, create value. The bigger the problem you solve, the more valuable you get, okay? These are the biggest and best businesses. You can see that they solved the big problem and thus created great value, or they created great value and didn't necessarily solve a problem that didn't exist. It might have already been solved, but they solved it better, right? They created this enormous value. When you solve a problem, when you solve a really big problem and you create value, what you're basically saying to the consumer says to you is, look, the way you solve my problem, the value you created is more than the actual dollars I'm giving you. If a consumer gives you $1, $100, $1,000, right? What that consumer is basically saying is that your solution to my problem is worth more than this cash. And that's when they hand it over. Remember, the bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the entity value you're going to have, the bigger the value you create, thus the bigger the company, right? Hey, I'll give you an example. The earth is about to get obliterated. Somebody's got to solve this problem. Elon Musk was like, fine, I'll take us to the moon. That's a big problem. He also created a lot of value, right? By solving that problem. Hey, as consumers, here's another example. As consumers, we don't want an option of 10,000, 30,000 goods at your local super Walmart. We want options for millions of goods. In comes Amazon, right? Not only solves the problem, but created this great value. We might not have even known it was a problem. We were happy with Walmart, Target, Dillard's, wherever you guys are, that you guys get your general stores, right? But he created this great value. So number 2, solve a big problem. This is the why. This is why people pay you, okay? So this, I like to say, this is what you are. Right? When they say, what is a business? You tell them. A business is something where people get paid. You got a customer again and again and again. And this is the why, right? You solve the problem or created value. Number 3, become an expert. If you're thinking about starting a business, you will have competition, okay? If you don't have competition, if you think your business doesn't have competition, put it in the comment section below. And if I don't answer, I'm sure somebody else will tell you your competition, but there's always competition. You do not exist in a vacuum. Whatever business you are putting out there into the world, there will be competition. You don't operate in a vacuum. There's only a limited amount of cash, even though they keep printing it and printing it and printing it. It is easier to get, but you're competing against other people for their dollar. So become an expert. Why do I say this? You're going to have, look, if you are operating a pizza shop, plumbing shop, consulting business, you're a lawyer or a doctor, and or you created a software, and I'm on the other side of you, I'm trying to learn everything about it. And I'm trying to sequence my timing and my events better than you. And I'm trying to kick your ass. All right. So you need to become an expert. This is what's going to solve a lot of your problems in business, is becoming the best thing in your field. And you don't want to go into a field naive to certain things. What happens if there's competition you don't understand? You should be, if whatever field you're in, I don't care what field. Let's say for me, I write business plans. I want to know everything about business plans. I still Google business plans today after having a business and a finance degree and writing over 1,000 business plans. I still go and take the approach. Hey, I don't know. Let's learn something. Let me find out something. What's the competition doing? What does my competitors' websites look like? What are they charging? Right? Become an expert in your field. And in this vein, you want to focus on getting mentors and networking, right? I want to know every other professional in my field. I don't care what field you're in. They're like, oh, what do you need to know about the competitors for? What if they're doing something better than you? What if they're charging less than you and you don't even know because the customers aren't coming in? No one's told you, right? So become an expert. Know your competitors. Get a mentor in your field. Find somebody who's doing it. Find somebody who's already walked that path and learn from their mistakes. People learn from their own mistakes. That's cute, okay? When you can learn from somebody else's mistakes, now you're saving some real time. So get a mentor and network. Okay, so I like to put over here, I'm going to put COMP, competitive analysis. Okay, network, and get a mentor. No one should know more about your field than you. If you're a pizza maker, no one should know more about the pizza industry than you. Okay? If you're an online influencer, you should know about all the trends coming up in the online world and influence world. You should know about what sponsorships are getting done and what kind of advertising deals are getting done. All these industry conferences, you better know what the hell's going on there because your competition is coming to kick your ass. So number 3, become an expert. Plan on becoming an expert. And this is things you should know before you start a business. So plan on becoming an expert, okay? Number 4, this is my last one, and then I'm going to give you 2 bonus ones that my assistant gave me because I'm always interested to learn. And he's been by my side for so long that he's definitely picked up a thing or 2. Number 4, leave your ego at home. Just going to put ego here. Nice circle around it and cross it out. Leave your ego at home. In business, you're going to have to do things you don't like to do. Like, I'm an entrepreneur. I do whatever I want to do. If you're a successful entrepreneur, you've done what you have to do, not what you want to do. Okay? Leave your ego at home. In this number 3, right, when you're trying to solve a problem and become an expert and get a customer, ego will not help you in any of those. It won't help you in any of those. I know a guy that's gone really far in the real estate world. This guy's gone far, you know, and he thinks he knows it all. He hasn't gotten anywhere near as far as people his age have. They've gone way further than him, right? But he refuses to ask questions. He doesn't want to become. He has an ego problem, right? So this is very dangerous because in your research, in becoming an expert, guys, you may find out, hey man, I'm in a crappy situation. This ain't the right location. This ain't the right industry. This ain't the right time. This ain't the right sector. And everything's gonna point there. All the data is gonna point there. Other people's mistakes will point there. And if you got an ego, you're gonna screw that up. You're gonna lose a lot of money. You're gonna lose a lot of time. And you got into business to get money, right? So what the hell are you doing? Number 5, you can't do it alone. I can't wait to hear people argue this one. Please don't. Please don't. Can't do it alone. Okay? I'm talking about a business, guys. You want to create a job? You want to be an entrepreneur? Sell books, sell DVDs, right? Go on live every Friday night? That's fine. We ain't talking about that. You want to be an entrepreneur, buy a little restaurant, stay in the back there and cook all day? We ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a business. A business operates when you're not there. A business sends you a dividend at the end of the year. A business, you can go away on vacation and still make money. That's a business. A business doesn't operate with you. It doesn't need you. A business operates by itself. Okay, I'm not talking about creating a job, and that's fine. There's lots of people that have done that. I've done that in several ventures, right? But it's not a business. A business you have to be able to walk away from, and it still make money for you. Thus, you can't do it alone. All right, you're gonna need someone else. You're gonna have to build an organization to operate when you are not there. So you can't do it alone if you really want to create a business. I want to make the distinction here. There's plenty of hustles out there, 100,000, 200,000, $1 million a year, and you might be able to do it alone, right? You might not need anyone else, but if you want something that operates when you're not there, you can't do it alone. And the last one, number 6, is time is your most valuable asset, your resource, your number one resource. When you start a business, before you start a business, you should be thinking about how much time is this going to take? How can I use my time wisely is actually a better question than how much time this is going to take. It's going to take your time. But how can I use my time wisely? Because time is your most valuable resource. Most people, before they start a business, they say, how much money do I need? Right? Well, all you need the money for is for resources. Whether it's an oven for the pizza place, whether it's a cell phone for a digital business or a computer for a digital business. All the money does is bring resources, right? But your time, how you dictate your time will determine how successful and how far you can take that business. How you use your time. Do you have a sense of urgency? Do you move like there's somewhere to go? Do you have your goals and concepts and objectives and mission all laid out? Your next action steps, what are your next 5 moves? Do you know it? Right? If you don't, you're going to waste your time. So be very conscious of time. These are the 2 bonuses. Time is the number one resource. Really, it's the only resource okay? So these are the 3 things you want to think about before you start your business. But the main one here is number 1. Guys, I tell all of my clients, over 1,000 clients now, and this is what I tell everybody when they're like, what should I do? They always call me this the same question. What should I do? Should I write a business plan first? Should I form the LLC first? Right? Should I do this? Should I do that? And like I said, I blame the internet for this because in college too, right? I went to college and tell you how do you start a business. I tell you about all these steps: logo, marketing, human resources, even sales. And sometimes sales is an elective, which is insane to me, right? But the only thing that makes you a real business, please quote this, tweet it out, put it on your Instagram, put it on your Facebook. If you have any entrepreneur friends, tell them I told you. You are not a real business until you have a customer. You are not a real business until you have a customer. I don't care if you got your LLC. I don't care if you got a website. I don't care if you got t-shirts with the name on it. I don't care if you developed 1 million products. I don't care if you spent $10 million developing 1 million products. You are not a business until you sold one of those products and then sell another one and then sell another one. Good business is boring. It just repeats itself. You're going to sell again and 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 again. That will measure your success. Okay, guys? So these are 6 things you guys should absolutely know before you start your business. If you guys need my help with any consulting, you guys can find me at thebusinessplanningGuru.com or nicholascoriano.com. Like the page, subscribe, tell me what you liked in the video, tell me what you didn't like in the video on the comments section, and share this video if you think it'll be helpful for other people. And again, check me out, thebusinessplanningGuru.com. Hope you guys are rocking, hope you guys are motivated, and never give up, guys.